Hold it. I think you're going to like this picture. Action Jack McClendon. We're at the Pierce Brothers Cemetery and Mortuary in Westwood, California. That's Hollywood, Los Angeles, Beverly Hills. And we're paying our respects to the Beach Boys, Brian Wilson, and his mother right here. And it's very hard to see because it's kind of worn out
Yes,
here.
yes. This one?
So let me do
You better
that.
do that one, because,
So it's right here.
hang on, let's do this, and maybe we can see it better. with
Audrey
the-
Neva Wilson.
The
She died-
original.
The original surfer girl. That's
Boy,
what it
it's
says.
hard to read.
Very hard to read.
Yeah, I'll hold you read.
That says original surfer girl. The original surfer girl. And we got it a little bit better here. It's clear. So Audrey Neva Wilson, she died in 1991, and always in our hearts is what that says. This is a very famous chapel. So this is where Marilyn Monroe's funeral took place with Joe DiMaggio and all the big celebrities right here. This is the Pierce Brothers Westwood Mortuary and Cemetery. There's celebrities every square inch of this place. If you walk around, you'll see them. This is where Brian Wilson has been laid to rest, and the evidence of there's a flag that says Brian Wilson right there, and we're going to show that in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, see where that tree is? So you get that giant tree straight from the chapel, about 100 yards. I'm pointing to the chapel, and then you look at that tree, and just behind that tree is where Marilyn Monroe is interred. Yeah, so she's right in that wall, about 25 yards past the tree there. And
With that Hugh Hefner guy who
Hugh
won.
Hefner is next to her. Whenever you go, there's going to be fresh flowers and women's lipstick all over it. It's just amazing. So right there, that's Carl. So he's the middle, he's the youngest one. He's very sweet, very talented musician, had a great voice. He did a lot of their vocals for their hits, including God Only Knows. But he died of lung cancer.
Isn't that terrible?
It's interesting when you're stressed out, all the different diseases can happen. So right there is where Brian's interred. And it says right there he's going to be getting a bronze plaque. So here's the little marker that indicates that. So it's going to be a rectangle bronze. And when that comes, we'll be back and we will show it. So how do you find where Brian Wilson is? Well, the Pierce Brothers here in Westwood.
Straight ahead, look.
There's that chapel. So see where that chapel is. That's about 100 yards and change to go where this tree is, and then walk to that tree, and Brian's right under that tree, and his brother Carl is to the left of that. This is the former home of the Beach Boys in Hawthorne, and it was destroyed in mid-80s to put this Century Freeway
Yeah,
in
the
there.
105.
It's called the Century Freeway. Why, Bergie?
It took them a century to build.
Yes, it took a long time to get that
Unbelievable.
done.
So their house is underneath that freeway, so people are driving over it every day. But here's a nice plaque to tell people this is where the boys grew up and where they did their songs, where they started out their musical career.
So it mentions his mom and dad. His dad was a very good composer, but nothing like Brian, and he was jealous of Brian. And he probably
Yeah, he's also abusive, wasn't
Very
he?
abusive.
Didn't he hit him on the head or something?
hit him in the head probably with a 2x4, and he went deaf in one ear.
How terrible.
It was absolutely terrible. And then there's recordings of his dad yelling at him and demeaning
Yeah, I've
him.
heard those on those documentaries.
Demeaning his son, thinking, you think you're so smart because you have all this attention. Well, you're not as smart as me. It's really...
This is the whole team. That's what, Brian and
Then
Dennis and Carl and Mike and
Mike
Mike
Love.
Love and Al Giardino and Dave.
Marks.
So they're all there. Marx was a neighbor and friend. Al Jardine was a high school friend, and then Mike Love, a cousin. So the three brothers, so that was quite a team.
Yeah, and they were big. And like I say, they started in 61, according to the Black, and they really had hits in 62, 63. The Beatles weren't really famous in America until February 64. So you see, they had a head start on the Beatles, and they were very inspirational to them. And to them, I mean the Beatles. The Beatles really liked their harmonies. Their harmonies were unique. And then the Beatles did several songs that were Beach Boys like Back in the USSR. So they really liked it. Paul McCartney says the greatest song ever written in the 20th century was God Only Knows, Brian Wilson's beautiful song, which, by the way, he wrote the melody in under 5 minutes. He said
Really?
it burst from his chest. These are all the gold records that they had, the early gold records back in 62 and 63. So they were a force to be reckoned with way back then. A little bit more on Murray. Murray was a tyrant, according to the band members and family members. And when he died, at a fairly young age, I think he was in his early 60s, when he died, he's buried in Inglewood. And Brian didn't go and Carl Wilson didn't go because the pain was too immense. And by the way, the dad, sold the catalog of all the songs that Brian Wilson wrote. He sold that, and he kept the money.
Oh,
And-
wow.
and
That's terrible.
That's worth like $250 million today, and he did it for a few $100,000 because he wanted the money then. It broke Brian Wilson's heart, and that's what really set him into a long state of depression. All right, now, Foster Freeze right here. This is where they wrote the song Fun, Fun, Fun to You. Daddy Takes the T-Bird Away. And it talks about a hamburger stand. This is the hamburger stand. That's the original Foster Freeze.
Slow down, honey. You're going to lose a finger talking like
Getting
that.
too excited. This is delicious. Southern Californians know about Foster Freeze. This is the first.
Best ice cream in town.
And hamburgers, everything is great. There's no marker indicating that this is the first Foster Freeze or this is where the Beach Boys would frequent. So this is the hamburger stand that they mentioned in Fun,
And it's
Fun.
just a couple blocks away from SoFi Stadium where the Rams and the, whatever that other team
The
was.
basketball team, not the Lakers, but the other one.
I'm talking about the football. There's another football team. And then, yeah. Who's that football
I
team? There's
don't
two of them that play there.
There's Bergie enjoying her ice cream. All right, so there's the tree right there. That's where Brian's interred. So if you look up the chapel and just go there 100 yards or so, you can come to right where Brian is. And by the way, here's a little thing of where in Huntington Beach they had a memorial for Brian Wilson.
Yeah, there was thousands of surfers in the water.
Incredible. So,
Unbelievable.
so on behalf of my lovely bride, Burgermeister, this is Action Jack saying we'll be back and it will be soon. And that's the name of that tune. If you liked this video, please press like. And your comments really help us. And subscribe.